Buying your first home in Rhode Island can feel a little bit confusing, but if you follow these 5 steps, you'll know exactly what to do from start to finish. My name's Chris. I've been a full-time licensed real estate agent for the past 11 years, and I've been able to help countless people start this process and get into their first home and become first-time home buyers. So the very first step in the process that I always recommend is talking to a local lender. This is important because you're going to learn a lot of different things. The first one is, what can you actually qualify for based on your income, based on your expenses, based on your debt. They're going to look at all these things. They're going to help you improve your credit score if they can, so you can get access to better interest rates, and they're going to set you up so you know what you can get pre-approved for, so you have a rough range of what your budget looks like, so you can start looking at those kind of homes. Now, beyond that, they're going to look at things like your monthly payment and what you're comfortable with. This is super important because even if you can afford a super expensive home, you might not want that for your lifestyle. I always recommend that you get a house that you feel comfortable buying. Don't buy something where you're going to feel house poor, because at the end of the day, you want the house to be an experience and you want it to be a positive one. You don't want it to be something that's going to hold you back in life and limit you from doing the things that you want to do. Another reason getting pre-approved is so important is because it's going to make these sellers take you seriously. The worst thing that happens is when buyers go out, they start looking at houses without a pre-approval letter. They have no idea if they even qualify for the house. And then even if they do, they find the right house, and then when they're ready to write an offer, they have to spend all the time getting pre-approved. And oftentimes another buyer comes along and gets the house from underneath them, and they lose out on the opportunity. So to avoid this, you want to make sure you're prepared and ready, because if the right house comes up, you don't want to be the one losing out on it. Step number 2 is all about the buyer consultation. Now, you might be eager after you get pre-approved and you know what your budget is to go out and start looking at houses right away. But I suggest you have a buyer consultation with a local professional that has the experience that you want. Now, during the consultation, they'll usually sit down with you. That's what we do. We'll take down notes, exactly what you want, what you don't want. That way we're not sending you a bunch of properties that you have no interest in seeing. That's just a huge waste of time for you. And we like to respect your time. That's super important. But we're going to take down all those notes. After that, we take you through a step-by-step guide and the step-by-step breakdown of how the entire process works, what you can expect to go on during the transaction, some red flags that could happen during the transaction, and we explain all this to you because at the end of the day, an educated buyer is usually the most successful buyer. If you know what you're doing and you know what you're looking at and you know what you're talking about, then working with us, we can kind of work together as a team and make sure we get you the best possible outcome and the best possible house. Step number 3 is all about picking the right area for your lifestyle. Do you want a city vibe? If you do, you might want to look into something more like Providence, or do you want something more along the water? You can think of towns like Middletown, Newport, Tiverton, Narragansett. There are plenty of options in Rhode Island if you want to be near the water. Or you're looking for something in the suburbs. You can think of Cranston, Coventry. There are plenty of different spots in Rhode Island, and they all have a different vibe and a different feel, and you might like one over the other, but that's something that you definitely want to think about. Step number 4 is when you actually find the right property. Now, you want to put together a strong offer. At the current time of shooting this video, there's roughly about 1.8 months of current inventory in the market. So what that basically means is we are in a strong seller's market. So basically what that means for you is there are a shortage of homes in the market for sale, and that makes it so sellers are kind of in the driver's seat. So there might be multiple buyers looking at the same house that you want to put an offer on. And because of that, you have to prepare your offer in a way that is strong, solid, and something that the seller is going to take seriously. And that's what we help our buyers do. We make sure that we help you craft an offer that makes sense for you, but is also appealing for the seller. So it's important that you get together with your agent and have this conversation so you can craft the right offer that makes sense for both parties and gives you the highest outcome of actually winning and getting the property. Step number 5 is the home inspection. This part of the process is one that I would highly suggest you don't skip. During the home inspection, you're going to find out all kinds of things about the property. I've gone to so many of these home inspections, and on the surface, a lot of these houses look really good. But once you dig a little bit deeper, you find things that you just didn't expect. Once you get that home inspection done, we can work from there and figure out what things you want to request get fixed by the seller. And at that point, it's time for us to go to work and start negotiating back and forth with the seller's agent. Again, we would be working on your behalf and making sure you get the best possible outcome. So if you're considering buying a home in Rhode Island, I would love to help you out and get together for a home buyer consultation. We do these all the time, and the buyers get a really good experience and they get to learn a lot about the entire process. And we can at least put a game plan together for you so you can start moving towards the path of owning your own house. So drop a comment down in the comment section below if that's something that you're interested in. And I drop my number down in the comment section below as well, in the description box actually, and you can reach out to me that way and set up your consultation. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon.